dating in our 40s, Nurse Nikki style. You come out of surgery, you're done having a baby, you've been fasting, you're starving coming out of a shitty marriage, and they hand you this stale ass hospital crackers. They hand you the off-brand soda. You're like, taking some drinks. This is the best drink ever. This is the best crackers I've ever had. Then you take a minute, you take another bite, take another sip, and you're like, this is not good. These crackers are stale, and this hospital soda is disgusting. So that, my dear children, is what dating is like in your 40s. All of the good crackers and all of the good sodas are still married. So you get the leftover stale ass stuff that doesn't even taste good. And yes, I am placing myself in that stale ass category and crunchy and salty about it. So, dating tips with Nikki. Don't do it. It's a trap.
Please stop telling me that I'm going to find a nice man that's going to treat me well and that there's plenty of fish in the sea, because the sea is literally filled with trash and all of the fish are dying.
And this is why, if you are a woman in your 40s who is married, the last thing you want to do is divorce your husband. So many of these girls out there, well, women, I should say, so many of these women out there just think, especially these days, think that they can divorce their husband and then get back out there as if they're still 21 years old and land a Chad, right? It's just so sad to see these girls who've bought into this lie, right? That their sexual marketplace value goes higher the older they get, right? It is a complete lie that society has sold them. It's very, very sad, because back in the day, we used to tell women the truth, right? Back in the day. This hasn't happened for a long time, but back in the day, we used to be a lot more honest with these women. We would tell them that, hey, if you don't have a husband picked out by the time you turn 18, you're taking a gamble here, right? You could end up single for the rest of your days. You could end up an old maid. That's what we used to call them back in the day. That's what my grandmothers used to tell me that they were called, right? Old maid. You're going to end up an old maid. Do you want to be an old maid? No. You want to have a family. You want to get married. You want to have kids, because that is where you get fulfillment. You don't get fulfillment from riding the carousel. That is a very vacuous and empty life. However, society has essentially deceived these women into believing that that is where happiness lays. Oh, yeah, you don't want to be married. You don't want to have a family. What? No, you don't have kids. You want to just bang an assortment of different men. You want to chase your career. You want to get your law degree, because that's where you're going to be happy, is when you have money in your bank. And so many of these women just fail to look historically, because they don't like history at all. I mean, a lot of these chicks are just, I mean, if the book doesn't have, pictures in it or, crayons, it doesn't come with crayons, they're not interested, right? They have no appreciation for historical data whatsoever. However, I do. Right? And you don't even need to read a book for this. Just go on TikTok, any social media for that matter, and see these, females who are twice your age, 3 times your age, grandma age, talking about how miserable they are trying to date, how they cannot compete, how men are just literally flaking on them seconds before the date, or just standing them up completely, or just ghosting them, blocking them for no reason. It's because you lost your power. You don't have the same power you did before. However, we've created an environment now where most men today are put in a situation, especially as politicians and corporations, they're kind of cornered in a position where they are essentially forced to lie to women, right? It's like, that's a culture we've created, is where everybody is forced to lie to these women, because if you tell them the truth, you could be canceled. You could be attacked, right? You could be blackballed, or blacklisted, I should say, from Hollywood. You can't say anything that's true. You can't say anything that's factual. Otherwise, be prepared for heat. So this is the scenario we've created for women. You gotta lie to them. Gotta lie to them. Not us. Not here on the Red Pill channel. Not here as part of the Manosphere. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell the truth, right? And the truth, depending on how you take it, it's like a pill. It's either gonna be bitter or it's gonna be a little sweet. Depends on how you want to take it, right? Depends on how you want to look at it, right? I mean, there are uncomfortable truths that I have to face, that you have to face, that we have to face as men. But as men, we're more wired to deal with it because we're just used to the truth. Nobody wants to lie to us and pat us on the ass and tell us how great we are 24/7. Right? We don't have the entire world telling us how, flawless we are. No, instead we have the entire world telling us constantly how, we need to step up, not doing good enough. Oh, you're bad, you're toxic, you're this, you're that. So that's what we get, and we've learned to deal with it. And the way we deal with it is just, by doing the best we can. Right? We can handle truth better, whereas for women, they can't. They just can't. So it is no surprise that these chicks in their 40s think that they can magically divorce their husband and somehow miraculously replace him with a Chad. That's not reality. That's what we call fantasy. That's something that you see in movies. That is not something that happens in real life. Because what happens in real life, which these chicks don't like, but what happens in real life is you divorce your husband, then you get back out there, you get on Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, plenty of whales, plenty of fish. You get on these websites, these apps, these dating apps, and then you are just kind of like punched in the face with a big pie, realizing that you don't have the same power you did before over the type of men you want, right? And all of these girls are chasing the same 20, like top tier 20% of men. Let's face it. They are all chasing the same 20% of men on these dating apps, no matter what age. And you know who's getting these guys, ladies? Let me tell you. The chicks who are between 18 and 22. That is the harsh truth. That is the chicks who are getting these high value guys. Right? That's the truth. You don't want to hear it, but that's the truth. That's who gets them. Number of women my own age, that ignored me in the past when we were growing up, went to high school or college with, just ignored me. Now are like coming back around on the social media going, hey, I just found you. I was thinking about you. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And what do you want? Right? What? My girlfriend's 20 years old. What? She's hot. Right? She looks like a model. What do you want? Yeah, your time has passed, right? So the lesson here is if you are a woman in your 40s, the last thing you want to do is divorce your husband because you bought into the lie that the world has been telling you since birth, that it doesn't matter how old you get, doesn't matter how much of a crap person you are, doesn't matter how horrible you are to your fellow humans, you deserve that high value guy no matter what you've done in your past, no matter how many guys you've banged, no matter how much of a rotten person you are, you deserve the best high value guy that is out there. No, that's not reality. That's why I say society needs to stop lying to women, right? I'm never going to do that on the channel. I'm never going to fill you up with that jive, ladies. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you a harsh truth. And I always do, right? Even women who've come to me who are, in their 30s and 40s or even their 50s say like, hey, Matt, what do I do? And this type of training was not available when I was younger. I understand that because I'm essentially around your age, right? It wasn't around, right? I get it. I sympathize with you. And I always tell these girls, number one, age gracefully. Number two, be as feminine as you can. And number three, do the best that you can. Just lower your standards, right? Lower your standards and do the best you can, right? Stop going out there and trying to, get guys who are out of your league. Just stop, right? Just stop that, right? And if you're married right now, you have a husband, especially if you have kids, don't divorce him. It will be the biggest mistake of your life because I've seen so many cases where these chicks divorced their husband and they were not able to move on to a better option while their husband did. Okay, I think I even covered a story on this on my 33 Secrets channel. where it was story time. And I covered a guy who, him and his wife divorced. I think he was in his 40s, closing in on 50. He replaced her with some chick who was like 18 or 19. I kid you not. He moved the chick in with him right away, like that. And he wanted nothing to do with his ex-wife anymore. You're going to be replaced if you do your husband dirty like that, right? If this guy is willing to stay with you through thick and thin, then you know what? In honor of his marriage vows that he made to you, then you know what? You should too, right? Especially if you're a Christian or Catholic like I am, right? It's your duty to do that. And this is why I haven't gotten married yet, right? Will I do it someday? I don't know. Maybe, right? And if I do, it's only going to be once. Okay, I'm only going to do it once, and I'm not going to cheat on her. I'm going to be faithful to her, and I'm not going to divorce, right? Because if I make that decision, I'm making, essentially a pact with God, right? Because I'm a man of faith. Making a pact with my Lord here that I am not going to, divorce, because that's a sin, right? You're not supposed to do that. I mean, we can talk about sins all day. We're all sinners at the end of the day, right? But getting divorced that's a pretty major sin, among other things. I mean, I'm guilty of it, being a hypocrite right now. However, we're talking about divorce, and that's a topic of tonight's coaching video. And these chicks who are in their 40s trying to divorce their husbands because they have been told that they should, number one, and number two, that they can replace him with somebody who will treat you like you deserve. Modern woman's favorite words, guys. You deserve. Why? I'm a terrible person. Because you do. You're you. You deserve. And they feed these chicks all of that Nike BS, right? No, don't. If you're like these chicks in that position, all you have to do is look at these chicks who divorce their husbands and how they're spending 24/7 on these dating apps trying to find just a guy who won't flake on them, use them for sex, steal their money, just take full advantage of them. You could see this all day long. Is that really sound like a better trade-off to you? No. Okay, no. So stay with your husbands if you're still married right now. Especially if you're in your 40s, you probably got married at least 10, maybe 15 years earlier. You made your decision. You got to go the distance, right? So you got to, especially if you have kids, man, I don't advise divorcing if you have kids, right? If you have kids, you got to work on it. You got to make it work for the kids, right? You got to do what you got to do. So, of course, we're going to have one or two dummies in the comments and be like, what if he's abusive? What if he's abusive? Why'd you pick an abusive guy? He wasn't like that when I first started dating him. Oh, give me a break with that, right? Give me a break. You're not going to feed me that, you're not going to feed me that drivel. That doesn't work over here. You knew he was, right? He showed signs. This guy doesn't all of a sudden like walk you down the aisle and all of a sudden you move into your new house and all of a sudden he gets abusive. No, you saw these signs from the get-go. Okay, because these guys always give off signs. Just like how damaged women always give off signs. I mean, I could spot them a mile away. So if I ever got involved with them, got in a relationship or got married to one of them, I would just blame myself. I'm like, I saw all the signs. So, as always, fellas, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you would like to add, anything you would like to share. Please drop them in the comments below. I always love to see you guys, my comments. I always love to read your comments. So please feel free to drop your comments below. So until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets signing out. Go ahead and smash that like button below. Also, guys, make sure you hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? Please make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton. It tells YouTube that you are loving my videos, you're digging it. You want me to come out here to Vegas even more and shoot more coaching videos for you that can help you, educate you, and take you to the next level in life. Take you into a whole new dimension that the mainstream parents-teacher society never, ever taught you about, never even told you about, because they themselves weren't aware of it, right? So please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students are out there cold approaching and closing every single week. I kid you not, every single week, no matter what chaos is going on in the world, no matter what nonsense is going on out there, we are still making things happen. That is the absolute best way to support my work, by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now, the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. It's only $1. And all you need to do to get signed up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see